Hello everybody and welcome to the 4th annual Union Tournament powered by Prodigy. We are in round 2 after a little hiatus. This one is brought to you by St. Thomas Golf and Country Club and Prodigy Discs. I am one of your hosts, Julian Murphy, and on my back is...
Justin Murphy, acting as a backpack. Got a little scar on my arm, not sure what that's from.
Anyway, you're not a pound bag, you're like a 170 pound bag, 160?
156.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I am not that. Derek Jones with the throw. I don't know if you guys remember what's going on in this tournament here or not, but we have a fantastic lead card.
I was going to say, this is a powerhouse Canadian card with, Julian, a little American content as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We have...
I think you guys know who this is. And yes, I was right, Julian.
Number 1 in Canada, 1020 rated, Martin Hendel.
Touring pro,
sunglasses on. And he's 12 down in the event after round 1.
And here is the kid. Playing for 4 years, I believe now. Somehow he's this good. 10-14 rated, 6'5", probably 104 pounds. And this guy uses his body like an elastic and is 9 down in second place.
Oh, heck yes. Phill Diloné, mitten bags with the buzz sweater, the Detroit Red Wings hat, 7 down. And this is going into round 2, don't forget.
And here's the guy, Clam Morton, the bum spanker. -5 after round 1. We saw it here in round 1 coverage. And there's Phill in the background messing around, of course, like he would. 998 rated, and Julian, as we mentioned, a card of 5.
Scott Jameson, 970 rated. He is 5 down through the event after round 1. And just a...
Well, we don't know. You can't really comment. We don't know. Just a new face on this coverage with great hair again. All the hair on this... I don't know. These guys are just showing it off because I'm bald. Unfortunately for Phill, he's going to have to remove that hat again because I was just looking the other day, and Detroit is... awful.
Yes, they are
Dead
well
last.
in last place.
Speaking of last place, here's the first hole, Julian.
This is a 396-foot right to left backhand shot. If you are a lefty, it's a forehand shot.
No lefties on this card, so that doesn't matter. Boom.
Assuming Scott Jameson is not one.
He's not.
And so we've got a big backhand shot. It's all downhill, so these guys just want to put something close. You don't want to play it over that path because everything on the far side of that path, including the path, is OB.
Who's this new player?
Martin?
Oh, I love that stamp. He threw that with me. What was it? Dang, he told me what it was, too. I'll just guess a Wraith. Or was it an X? I don't know. Marty staying close. Oh, gosh, that was...
Stays in.
And Marty starts us off in fine fashion, putting himself into circle 1 on a pretty difficult hole. And a Sexton Firebird. It looks like a 2018, maybe?
Yeah, the Tom Bump flips the Firebird. Just... that's hard to do. If you don't play disc golf, just go try that.
And that's parked.
Great
Julian,
shot.
I hope we get a good slow-mo of Thomas Gilbert's huck face. It's well known that he has one of the best huck face, if not the best in Canada.
Oh, for sure in Canada.
And speaking of Canada, here's
Phill Diloné.
The Diloné American.
Puts it close, just behind Gilbert.
And this is 3 great drives to start. So no pressure there. Look at that glove. He's going to do some gardening after this round, it looks like.
Got to keep your hands warm. Doesn't matter how.
And Clay, this looks like a much better angle to kind of sit. Oh, a little short, but that did not have a chance of skipping to that OB path. Mm-hmm. And our 5th. This could be a long round. I'm excited. First time on camera, Scott Jameson. Good rip. And
yeah, that's got all of the distance.
That might be long and a little right.
We will find out shortly.
Yeah, he might be putting first. If not, it'll be Clam Morton.
And it's clay, so Scott might be, I don't know, 40 feet or so.
Mm-hmm. Sit. Okay. Clay should pick up a pretty simple par there. Who's up next? I'm going to guess Scotty J. Just can't really see what's happening right here. Yeah, he is. That's a circle's edge. Look closer than we thought. So let's see if he can convert on this first putt on camera. Oh, no, please sit. Oh, my gosh, the worst luck ever.
Yeah, that is not what you want to be doing.
It just was a bad luck off the rim and out.
Yeah.
Marty?
Tough angle, though, for that one.
Marty with a 12 under in the first round was remarkable. Probably about a 1,400 rated round. And he was putting lights out. And that's a little low.
Yeah, so that's... and I don't think the second round, it wasn't too windy either, was it?
No, the conditions were great. A little chilly, but that's about it.
Phill Diloné trying to spit on Thomas Gilbert's disc.
Did you really? Gross. Great putt. And again, welcome to Canada, Phill. Jumps over a leaf. I'm not sure why. And Thomas pretty much parked for Thomas Gilbert.
Oh, no.
Why? And he almost stepped on his disc.
Looked like he was going to punch the ground. And not break his hand, unlike any other disc golfers.
And Scott cleans up his bogey. Unfortunate spit off the top of the band and out. And Clay's going to clean up his par, I hope. Gosh, I do that all the time. I knew it.
Oh, my God.
I knew it.
You're not allowed to talk when he putts.
Guys, I'm trying to do my commentary job here. Please, just put the disc in.
That's a tough one.
Tough starting hole for many of our pros here.
Yeah, and the
Opening
pressure's
the
on.
door to players like me in second last place. And me and Ash are down there on the last card. So hopefully we can make a comeback thanks to these guys missing those. And Thomas looks back at the basket and says, yeah, okay, maybe if I putt from this side. Can't do that, Thomas. You got to putt from where your disc lands. And the lone birdie to the lone
Diloné
American.
Birdie.
Dill won.
Phill Diloné, 2 pars from the Canadian pros Hendel and Gilbert, and Clam Morton and Scott Jameson with the bogey.
Yeah, maybe getting some nerves out. I was going to say first round on camera for Scott, but the 37th round on camera for Clay.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically a local Canadian legend now in the disc golf world.
And that brings us into hole 2. What do we have, Justin?
A very, very far uphill shot. Obviously, camera doesn't do it justice. The uphill, 375 feet. So you're going to want to throw probably a distance driver to get it all the way up to that circle and hopefully not leave yourself with any kind of debris hanging in your putt because there's a little bit of a low ceiling near the basket. And it slants as well, the basket. So
Yeah, remember, this is a temporary course, so
Yep.
The baskets go where they can, and sometimes the ground is not always perfectly leveled out for them beforehand.
correct. Speaking of forehands,
Marty
Hendel throws a backhand. And yeah, so you can see these guys can all throw the discs really far. It'll be cool to see what Thomas does. It's hard to get it to circle 1. Like, it's going to have to be a good shaped shot to get all the way up there. And Marty might have a circle 2 look. And this is the guy that could attack.
Leaves
Looks a little low, though.
Yeah. And unfortunately, he had a good huck face there. You could kind of see it at the end, but
Oh, I wasn't watching.
it was facing the wrong direction. But you could kind of see it when he turned.
Okay. It's usually mouth open, if I remember correctly. And speaking of good distance, stable out. Oh, that's good.
Not a bad shot at all.
45 feet uphill for a birdie, but nothing in his way, Julian. And if I know one thing about Clay, he seems to miss those 8-footers, but puts 45-footers in, so we'll see. Scott flips one over. Scott from Toronto, plays a lot on the island. Toronto Island, that is, and that's a great shot.
That is a fantastic shot. And that
Well
might,
up there.
That might be our closest drive, albeit with a small couple of branches in the way that were planted and grown into a large tree.
Ivanka Trump. Trunk. Oh, come on. Wow.
Diloné off the top of the basket.
He has
Great
come
run.
out firing on all cylinders to reference a hockey interview. He's going to put the monkey off his back and give it 110% here. Thomas with a chain out. Wow. A couple of good bids so far from far away, Julian. Let's see if Clam can convert. Not bad.
Yeah, not a bad run at all. Still close for a potential par.
Yep, that's a dangerous line for him there. That dangerous distance for Clay right now. Marty, way closer than I thought. This is circle 1. He needs this to rebound after that miss on hole 1.
Well, it must have been
Not going to happen.
Must have been just outside the circle.
He had mentioned some grip issues this round. Hot, cold, hot, cold. He couldn't really get it. So hopefully he can, account for those grip issues and make the necessary adjustments. As Scotty J with for bird. Oh, another chain out.
Good run.
Great run. So looks like about 5 par cleanups here. And last time I said that, I jinxed Clay.
There we go.
Not missing that one.
No, and I know Clay was suffering through a bit of a back injury for the last couple months of the season, so.
Well, that could affect the putting, honestly.
Yeah.
If you have a little twinge, you need everything focused and everything feeling good at all times, making every putt.
And
Fingertips, like Marty mentioned, everything.
Are Thomas Gilbert's shoes size 15? We should.
No, it's 16.
I kind of want to ask
American
him.
15.
Oh, yeah. When he stepped up to his disc, I was like, that's significantly larger than the disc.
Yeah, he's a humongous human being. I remember interviewing him after this tournament and standing there thinking, I need a ladder because I feel, A, inadequate, and B, my neck's hurting.
Mm-hmm. He has a few inches on his dad, too, who is his caddy for this event.
Daddy caddy.
Star Par.
What the heck was that?
Star Par Banks from our card.
Ugh.
I think you see a good chunk of that at Union in general. There's always lots of bars.
Yeah, that's true. Good
but
call.
Weird to have a card of 5 with a star par.
Especially with these beauty players.
Mm-hmm.
5 of the best in Canada, for sure. Hundy P, hole 3. Watch the tree. You're going to want to throw a distance driver, flip up to flat, probably get a bit of turn and land on this golf drive fairway, and then throw a hyzer around these Japanese maples and skip it up to the basket and hopefully get a bit of ground play because this grass is a little bit tacky there. So it's a very straightforward hole, a couple of right-hand backhands, get yourself some distance and hopefully make a putt.
Phill Diloné starting out with that big bomb. He always likes to play to the right.
Yeah, he did turn one over in the first round too, but not necessarily a bad play.
Yeah, it was a little bit further right, but he likely has an open look just from pretty far away.
I don't even know what reference point this is right now. I don't know where I am.
That's a nice looking tree right there.
That is a bonsai. And Marty up next.
Have you been studying Japanese
I'm an arborist.
arborology?
That's the word, yep. And this looks really good.
Yeah, that's a well-placed shot.
That's perfect.
He's going to have a not too far of a shot for a second one.
No, he threw a very good line here, and Gilbert turned it over in the first round. Let's see if he doesn't. Oh, no, sorry, I'm thinking of the flex start.
Mm-hmm. And that's
crushed to
on
the right.
hole 17.
No. Cameraman switch. Thank you. And that is a bomb.
Holy cow.
So of importance here, Julian, there's not a lot of OB on this course, so a lot of these open holes you just kind of throw, and that is a double stamp boss. So you can really kind of, even if you make a mistake like that, you're still going to have a lot of fairway to work with. It's kind of forgiving in that way.
Yeah, and Clay Morgan going for the same kind of line, but he ends up between these two spruce trees.
Between the two ferns. And shout out to
Zach Galifianakis.
Yes.
If you can spell his name.
Friend of the show, friend of True North Disc Golf, Zach Galifianakis. And Scott Jameson, get a big skip. Oh, I like this play a little bit better. Gives you a better angle. These guys kind of have created some distance by turning it over too far, and Scott's shot looked more, a little bit more direct to the basket. And Phill up first. And this is the shape you want. Just got to dig.
Yeah, he's a little
Great
long,
shot.
but inside the circle.
Yep. Great shot from Phill Dill. Dill Pickle. Scott Jameson up next, and just a straight hyzer here and flip it to the basket.
You see from his line, he's got that big pine tree in the way.
Yeah, but there's so much space. Oh, this looks good. Great shot.
It's totally in his way. He's not going to get it close. Oh, just kidding.
Yep, he is.
There we go.
And maybe 12 feet, padding his C1X stats. Clay up next.
Just a nice standstill almost.
Jeez. Hit the tree and sit. This looks a little early.
That's what his disc said.
And looks like a circle's edge putt with a probable straddle because of that large fern bush there. And Marty up next. And going up the gut. Low. And this might not get to the basket, Julian. He's got to leave himself a little bit of work here.
Yeah, he's going to be just outside the circle. Maybe 45 feet.
Yeah, 45, 50. And Hendel likes to make those. And is that Daddy Caddy there?
That's Daddy Caddy.
I wonder if that's Mummy Caddy as well. And this looks good. Really good. That's perfect.
Yep. Great shot, Thomas.
Yep.
With the Tom Bomb.
All right, who's up next? So many people on this card. I don't even know what the heck's going on anymore.
Martin Hendel for a bird. A long one, mind you. He didn't jump that one, though.
He doesn't jump. Does he jump?
I think we saw one in hole 1 there. I think he had a little bit.
Huh. Maybe because he was obstructed by something. Who knows? Yeah, but hole 1 doesn't have trees. Doesn't matter. He missed it. Unfortunately, he's going to have to settle for par, and Clay going for a deuce. That's going to hyzer early. Just not feeling it right now with the putter. Yeah, so with the flat stick, Julian.
He'll still have a look for his par. Remember, this is the birdie putt for all these guys.
That's going to be your left side chain out, unfortunately. Phill came out flying, and he's going to want that one back if he has any chance of catching these guys.
You didn't see that, did you?
Yeah. Make sure you edit that out, boys. That's kind of what he sounds like. Hendelian one. That
lasered.
Is a very
right
fast
in for
putt.
Right in for par.
You know, shout out to the year 2000-ish. I remember myself wearing baseball caps with toques over top of them, and Hendel still rocking it.
It's always comfort and warmth.
Comfort and warmth. That's right.
And you got to get the sun in your eyes, too.
Well, he has glasses on all the time.
Doesn't matter.
Speaking of glasses on, Scotty J with the bird.
Be dynamic, Scotty J.
He is.
And Thomas with his birdie.
Yeah. He said, Mom, Dad, you guys watching? Be proud of me for that one.
We are, son. We are, son.
Is that his mom?
That was both parents.
And Phill, after the chain out, has to take a par. And I think finally everybody's finished. Man, I have no patience for 5 players.
So after hole
must be
3,
my ADD.
we had 2 birdies, 3 pars. Thomas Gilbert and Scott Jameson with the birdies. So Gilbert's closing in on Hendel for the lead here. Phill Diloné still holding on to 3rd place. And Scott Jameson just squeaks ahead of Clayton Morgan for 4th place.
Yeah, and Clay's going to have to work out a few putting miffs right now. And if you're going to work them out, why not do it on this hole? This is now one of the penalizing holes, I guess, because the last few it's kind of like throw it and just kind of get yourself a look. Hopefully you can make a putt. This one you have a gap to hit, 324 feet, which sometimes can be hard after throwing all these open free shots. Basically, you're going to want to throw these guys probably a putter or a mid flip to flat and have it rest up to this basket. If you go long, it could get down the hill, but most of these guys are just going to hit that tunnel straight ahead of them. That's got a flip, and this looks nice.
That tunnel right there.
Line. This is ideal.
Oh, come on. What a shot.
That was gorgeous, Thomas. Young buck.
Scott Jameson, see if he can repeat. And he
Come on.
Yep. Oh, no.
That was looking so nice.
Just clips the conifer.
I think that's a lot more accurate than what I've been saying. Probably.
Maybe.
Alrighty. And Discraft Underground Zone, Phill Diloné. See if he can do here. He's got a yellow frisbee, probably a buzz. No, it looks like a putter. Luna?
Yeah, it could be a Crystal Luna.
Get out of there. Get in there.
Oh,
Yay!
That was some tree love.
A little bit of Yankee luck there, but we'll take it. Great shot, Phill. Got most of the way down, and this shot is tailor-made for Martin Hendel, who knows how to spin angles. Come on. Be stable. Just not quite getting the love right now. No, Captain Canada left with a circle 2 look.
Yeah, and this is like probably 5 minutes away from where he lives, if I had to guess, because he's from St. Thomas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to hyzer early.
And same with Clay Morgan, and they're not getting the same tree love that
no local
guys who
routes
traveled
today. Good call, Julian. And that's going to be take a knee, young man. Oh, this guy too. I forget everyone's name because there's way too many people on this card.
Scotty J.
That looks great.
Yep, good up.
Yeah, very nice scramble from Scotty J. And see if Clay can follow suit. Shout out to Euchre.
Donald Trump. Oh.
Left bower. That is also looking good. Hopefully can convert that. And Marty from Circle 2. Let's see if he can cash his first bird of the final round here.
He's straddling. You don't often see that from Marty.
No, I wonder why. Maybe not feeling the standard putt here. Get up.
Oh, bit of a jump.
Yeah, a little bit of a leg lift there. Got his ankles or his heels off the ground, I should say. Nice bid, but unfortunately not in. And Marty kind of coming out of the gate slow here after firing a 12 down.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point in the round, he was like 15 under with me, it felt like, in round 1.
Yeah.
And Thomas, after that sweet ace run, birdie.
And he's only 1 stroke back now, I believe.
Yeah. Yes, he is. Thomas showing that. Look at them. Oh, look at my disc. Oh, yeah, cool. Me too. Who cares what Hendel's doing?
Do you want me to sign that for you? Yeah, no big deal. And Hendel's putting. There we go.
Good putt. Yeah. Hendel has a very, very strict routine before putts, and we got a little bit of it there, but there's a lot more to it. He takes his time between putts and does his thing every single time, and muscle memory is something to behold, Julian.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what they say. Throw for show.
Putt faux dough.
Putt faux dough.
Clay
That's money.
Puts his dough in the basket for par, and Phill, after a fortunate tree kick, wobbles one in for a bird, and looking good.
Wave to the people, Phill.
And he picks up Scotty J's disc.
Always the gentleman.
Yes, he is. That was a gold putter. Really cool.
Yeah, Dynamic actually, they have a couple of neat, like kind of metallic looking plastics like that. Kind of like the Discraft.
I was going to say the
TI line.
No, I was thinking of one of those gold Josh Anton ones. Those are kind of cool too.
Oh yeah, the Shimmer Star Destroyer or something like that.
Yeah.
So 2 birdies, Thomas Gilbert again, and Phill Diloné with the other bird. 3 pars, which brings Thomas to 1 back of Hendel.
Yeah.
And Diloné's only 3 back. So we have a battle here.
And coming into a hole that I believe 3 or so of our pros mentioned was one of their favorites, if not the favorite. So let's see if these guys can throw for show this time and get close, because this is a 345-foot way downhill, 105 meters if you're European or Canadian. And you're going to want to throw a mid, probably flip to flat, have a bit of stability at the end, and hyzer toward this basket. Maybe a putter if you can have the right line directly at it, but I think a safer play would be a mid or a low-speed fairway and just get it to hyzer toward the basket here.
Yeah, and Phil's going with his zone, his Z-line zone.
Wow, held straight for his Z-line zone, the zone line Z.
And
Julian, is it a Z-line in Canada?
Sometimes. It depends on what part of Canada you're in.
Like the all of it, the country.
Yep, then it's a Z-line.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Tom is Gilbert, Gilberto.
See, now he's throwing a gold disc as well. What is that one?
That might have been Scott's. He said, hey, Scott's, like, try this. And this looks more like the flight of a putter, Julian.
Just kind of coasting nicely into the basket.
Circle's edge.
Into the basket's circle.
Yeah, good call. And not the small circle surrounding the chains, because that would have been an ace, but the circle around it that you have to putt from. Scotty J.
Now, you'll notice there's wheels on these baskets, so if you throw it far away from the basket, you can just wheel it right to you.
Oh.
And then tap it in.
Oh, man, I really missed that. And this looks good. Line was good, a bit short. And Scott Jameson not showing any signs of camera jitters. And Marty with a putter, I think. And this is right at it. And he did this in the round 1, and just a little understable here. That's one he's going to want to throw directly at the target, because he throws that thing straight. That target there. So he's got about 60 feet left. Oh, we got another player. I forgot. Dang
Clayton
it.
Morgan.
Rounding up the quintuplet card. Is that the word?
Yep.
Julian's
Quintet.
If you guys don't know by now, I've mentioned Julian's intelligence level, so I just always ask him. Either that, or else he's very quick to use Google.
I make things up.
Or that.
Regularly.
Just be like super confident with it. As Clay finishes a bit early. And Phill from way downtown.
He's still putting, though.
Laying up. Smart play. And into the basket.
That's another one of those knee knockers.
Literally. This is important for Marty to kind of get some steam here. Let's see if he can cash this in and build on this. That's going to be over it. Yeah. So he's trying to make the adjustment. He's been low a few, so he said, throw this one higher. Bit nose up, and it kind of floated over the basket, unfortunately. And Clay from about 50 meters. Nice line. Metal hit, but unfortunately have to settle for a par. And what's going on now? Scotty J with a circle's edge birdie putt. Let's go. Shout out to the 2016 Christie Lake Ice Bowl, it looks like, on his sweater. We just played that event, and it was a great time. Yes, sir.
Boom. Nice bird. Huge. So he's coming.
He?
Yeah, he's moving up.
This is a great, confident putt, and woo, almost falls forward onto his face, but holds his balance and runs it in, and then stops and says, no, I'm walking. I'm going to let this one ride a bit, because that was a good putt on camera.
Yeah, I got to strut for the camera.
Take my time, maybe give a wink, wave to the fan.
And Tom Bomb.
Get up.
Ooh. Tom Bomb disappoints the Tom Mom.
Got big putted there.
Putt.
Yep. Got big putted there by Mr. Jameson.
Oh, no.
And Marty's just struggling with some grip issues here.
Shoot.
He's not going to be happy with that. And let's see who's up next on this monster card of 5. Thomas taps in for par. So all the rest of these will be pretty rudimentary or sedimentary?
Elementary, my dear Watson.
Elementary. Julian just grabbed our sound effects. Can I be yes this time?
Sure.
Okay, you be no.
No. Is my button.
All right, so any birdies here? Yes, Scotty J. He's going to take the box, I believe.
Yeah, lone bird. And look at Clay Morgan just kind of airing himself out.
That looked like a video shoot to a boy band, Julian. Looking good, you guys.
So after hole 5, we had 1 bogey, 1 birdie, and 3 pars. Scott Jameson is gaining strokes from Clay Morgan, so he's taking that lone 4th place position.
The Dill
and
lone?
The big news is that Martin's bogey actually ties him with Thomas Gilbert for the lead. So we're all happy about that here to see a tie, because we like the suspense.
We
of
do.
the cards.
And like we've said before, we want to see what are those things called again?
Playoff? You're talking playoffs?
Yes.
Hole 6.
Shout out to other sports.
Par 3, 411 feet. This basket finishes close to the river. That path is not OB, but the river is and beyond. So you want to throw a big forehand or a bit of an anhyzer, and we're going to see a lot of likely...
This looks great. Oh, my word, Scott. Yeah. Oh, just don't go in the water now.
That's what you throw. So follow Scott's line.
That was great. Oh, we're on camera? Oh, geez, I didn't notice. That was a quote from Scott Jameson. Because he is clearly not letting that affect him. Smash! Uh-oh. This is dangerous in there. Julian, your thoughts on that? I think you've been there a few times.
There are thorns. So many thorns. Actually, I think he's beyond them.
Is he?
Yeah, he's beyond the thorns. I mean, that's in jail. Like, he's still not going to have
He's got a good thumber, though. Mm-hmm. So maybe he can find a window, and Thomas has a monster forehand, and that's going to have to flip up like that.
I think that was a Metal Flake Destroyer, maybe?
Destroyer and Circle's Edge putt.
Yeah, and that's a treacherous line because he's going to be looking right at the river when he putts.
And he putts with a bit of aggressiveness, which is always good. Sometimes not good if you're going to airball towards water. And hopefully Thomas doesn't do that. Speaking of backhand turnovers that are really far, this looks a little low.
But so far.
Yeah.
Still a good distance for how low it was.
Yeah, just a bit low. Great line. And now there's 18 people on this card, so are we done? Oh, no, that's right.
Martin Hendel.
Mr. Hendel. That's the height you want. Now it's got to start flexing out of there.
How stable
and that
are
might
we?
be in jail as well. Fortunate kick for Marty.
It doesn't stay up in the tree, and we actually play the 2-meter rule in not Canada. That's California rule.
Yeah, same thing pretty much.
He's fine regardless.
Marijuana is legal. Yeah, and there's that thumber out. He had nothing. He couldn't even get himself to a spot to save par, so he's going to have a long putt here, which is tough because he had a great... Came out flying. 2 down through 5.
Oh. What a
Very
run.
nice bid. Oh, gushness. Oh, gushness.
Oh, gushness.
And Marty lays up and says, I'm having nothing to do with that water back there.
Mm-hmm. Smart play.
Yeah.
That's a 10-20 rated play.
Yeah, on tilt. And that's going to go in. Oh! Good call, Justin.
Woo!
Thanks. What a par. Oh, it's for par, unfortunately, but that's... Oh.
Yeah, baby.
Yes, baby. Phill running in, dragging his cart, pulling all of his crap with him, and great putt. And we're going to have a replay of that, which is French for replay.
Look at an Anheuser putt that kind of stables up right. Oh, what a putt.
What is happening? Phill Diloné won. Oh, look at Make Mama and Daddy proud, Thomas. Come on. And Canada. He's wearing a Canada sweater. Shout out to this country.
And we assume that's both of his parents, based on their proximity to each other right now.
Accurate. Oh, that's over. The basket rim and in.
What a bird. Do we get
Thomas.
to replay that one?
I
hope so.
Why wouldn't you? We don't.
Yeah,
we
we
don't
do.
have a certain amount of replay footage. I hope. There's a putt face. You saw the tongue lick the side of his right cheek, and
What a putt.
fist pump. And Thomas knows how big that is.
Yeah.
With Marty struggling back there, and Marty picks up his bag and stool and says, "Oh,
Ew.
goodness gracious!" His chair stool, Julian.
Oh, sorry.
Not allowed to stool on a course that's, especially a course of this age. That's very against the rules.
Yeah, it'd be a courtesy violation at the
I would think
very
so.
least.
Like, what do you use your towel to? Anyway, tap in for Clay. Scott, after that crush bomb, has left himself 8 feet for par. Phill watching back there after making that long putt to get us started. And a couple of great putts we saw on that hole, Julian. Mm-hmm. Hendel losing yet another stroke to Thomas, and we have a new leader, I believe.
Yes, we
My
do.
memory's not right because we have 83 people on this card.
We do have a new leader. That puts Thomas ahead by 1.
Well, yes.
So Thomas Gilbert with the lone birdie. The rest of the folks cleaning up the par. If you don't recall, 40 seconds ago, Phill Diloné with that huge putt to save par after that.
I think it was like 2 minutes, like at least 3 minutes.
Just a drive that ended up in a bad spot. That was a great par save. So yeah, Thomas is in first place, Hendel's in second, and Phill is only 2 back of Hendel for that second place spot. So
Phill, the martial artist, showing his skills here on the course, ninjaing his way into a good position to attack these leaders here. And Julian, what do we have?
we have a par 3, 261 feet It is a backhand turnover or a soft forehand. I prefer the backhand Anheuser play with something fairly stable so that it kind of floats towards the basket, which is not where you see it right there. It's a little bit further.
Thomas up first after that huck face, chuck face.
Thomas listened to me as well, and he's going to do that exact shot I just mentioned. And that's another play. I'm sorry. You can throw
hit the hill and
throw it hard into the hill and just putt it.
Yep, and it usually wants to. I'm not sure. I'm not great at like what discs do when they hit the ground, but on that shot, it seems like an Anheuser wants to skip down toward the basket. So this might be in the water.
Yeah,
got to get lucky.
You want to throw something a little bit more stable than that, so that it fades back.
And an OB, which is French for penalty, or an acronym. I forget the word.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the hamburger on the ground there, beside Phil's foot. Looks like a Whopper of sorts. Okay, that's going to flirt with that hazard. Hopefully it sits.
Yeah, it does. Oh, okay.
So a pretty standard layup from there. Clay showed us that touch backhand in the first round.
How do you remember that?
Because this hole is, I don't know, I just remember it. He just threw like the same kind of shot here, but his first round was more air shot. This might get ground play and work. Yep.
Yeah, it still has a putt inside the circle, maybe with a tree in the way.
Julian, I've seen split those trees for a couple birdies like 2 or 3 times. So this is your hole, Julian, and that's gonna have to turn here.
It's because it's less than 300 feet.
Right. And Marty's got a circle's edge putt
towards the water, though.
Yeah, let's see where they mark Scott here. This might be way back.
Oh yeah.
This looks good.
Just hit and sit.
Yeah, about 18 feet to clean up his bogey after the unfortunate ob stroke. Audi boater.
And Phill with the next furthest throw.
Looks like it's going to be a layup, I would hope. Oh, goodness.
Yep. That was a good layup.
I don't think it was. It a layup, do you think?
I don't know.
No, it's a good layup. Now
a little bit nervous.
I was nervous because camera didn't pan very quickly, but Marty Julian needs this now. He knows it. Oh!
Yes. Give me a Y. Give me an E. Give me an F.
Yeah!
I'd kind of like to see a replay, Julian. That had a chance of teetering out either way when it flipped onto the basket edge. Thomas needs this now.
Holding my breath.
That was a weird reaction.
Kind of went through the chains, but in them, but under them.
He just picked up quickly so it doesn't fall out. Good man. And I believe that was a birdie. And this is for birdie. Come on, Clay. We're all rooting for you here in the True North Disc Golf Studios.
Yeah, home course advantage.
Julian's place. Oh, what's happening here? Look at the acrobat.
No. It sat down on dry land, so he's going to get his meter from the water.
Yeah, and Clay's still showing those short ones. Bug him.
3 feet in Diloné talk.
Good recovery, though. That's a tough one. I know he had to take a knee, and you don't normally... I don't, at least. Maybe I should. You don't normally practice those.
Mm-hmm.
Is this for birdie?
This is for bogey.
Oh, yes, that's correct. He went out of bounds. Good putt.
Yeah, saves the bogey. And that puts him a little bit closer with Clay as well.
Mm-hmm. Cleaning up his par. Phill goes high. And not the kind of high you're thinking of. Shout out to Canada and California.
and
oh my God, what an athlete.
Get there.
Yeah, they're both going to be dogged for the next hole. Watch them both early release for sure. And that's a beautiful shot in the background of that stream, Julian.
So we had 2 birdies from our over 1,000 rated players, and we had 2 pars from our not quite over 1,000 rated players, and then a bogey to clean it up with that unfortunate OB stroke from Scott Jameson.
Mm-hmm.
So Thomas Gilbert and Martin Hendel are kind of running away a little bit with it at this point. Phill Diloné still in striking distance. But what do we have here on hole 8, Justin?
You got a simple backhand. I think a hyzer is the play. Maybe some sort of a fairway driver or mid if you want to throw it straight at it, but you want to avoid these 2 trees on the right. You can maybe go early and skip it up there. A forehand is also a viable option. Phill likes to throw a thumber, I believe I've seen. So a lot of options on this one. It's a pretty standard must-get on this course, I would think, especially for players of this caliber.
Speaking of must-gets.
You must get that disc because it's beautiful. And this is that mid play, it looks like, right at the basket. Oh, my gosh.
Oh. So he's going to get a birdie. I'm calling it now, and I will bet anyone $3.
$3 Canadian, so it's American 36 cents. Marty flipping one up here. Okay, so no wide plays yet, Julian. And this might be parked.
Yep,
So
he's doing well as well.
Well, after Thomas shoots that, he's got to do that now because Thomas has, I believe, the 1 stroke right now.
Yes, he does.
And the thumber, I thought we might see this. He's got a monster thumber. Must be from his baseball background, and this looks good. Yep.
CTP so far.
CTP stands for closest to the basket.
Closest to the basket.
Closest to the prodigy basket. And this might finish a little early, but hopefully has a distance to remain in circle 1, which he does. 4 great shots, and we're seeing why this is a must-get right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if
Scotty
SJ,
J.
Shout out to the San Jose Sharks. Flips one up, and this looks good.
As long as that sits and settles.
Okay, so we got a pretty decent chance at a 5-person star frame.
Yeah, we have 5 putts from inside circle 1. No pressure, everybody, but you all have to make it, or you're out of the family.
Yeah, that was Thomas's dad talking.
Yep.
Because he's probably the only family here. Scott up first. And
Yep.
we are loving it.
Come on. That
God,
was a
love
nice
that
putt.
strut, too. Love the strut.
They're like half jog, then the strut to walk and
If
pick
I
it
ever
up.
make a good putt on camera, I'll let you know, and I'll do that.
Come on, Clay.
Here, bud. This is farther. This is where Clay likes to cash. It's the close ones that seem to bug him. I bet you he makes this. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, come on.
Oh, whoa. Phil, very happy about Clay's putt in the background there. Or he was getting his arms warmed up for a tap in.
Who do we have next? Marty's next?
I think that's Martin Hendel, yep.
Right. I'm not going to jinx anything. We're not
Yep.
going to speak for the next 3 putts.
Yep. Sunglasses, yeah, that's Martin Hendel.
It's so hard.
No! Push the button.
No.
Gilbert!
No.
Thomas!
Oh, no.
Thomas!
We weren't even talking. He needs our voices.
He needs our voices.
He needs our
Thomas,
encouragement.
I'm sorry. Sorry, buddy.
That was our fault. Ah, shoot.
So what do? You say something, it doesn't go in. You
It
don't
depends
say
on the
something, it
player.
doesn't.
So you can't talk during Clay's. You have to talk during Thomas's.
I'm not listening to this.
And Phil, you just talk or don't talk, and sometimes they go in and sometimes they don't. Shoot.
Too
All
many,
right.
too many rules to this dang commentary, Julian.
You'll notice by 80% of green circles there that we almost had a star frame.
Well, we have a traditional star frame out of a foursome, though. Let's
That's
just
true.
say that.
So we have a star frame almost, and Martin Hendel ties it again with Thomas. So
That sucks for Thomas because that was a pretty routine birdie putt from
Yeah,
about
it
10
was.
feet. And speaking of pretty routine, this one isn't. Julian?
252-foot tunnel shot. You have some unforgiving trees on the left. The right side is a tiny bit more open, but still not the greatest. You want to basically throw a putter shot, whatever your straightest flying disc is, maybe a hyzer flip mid-range. But you want it to kind of settle in. There is a little bit of a hill just before the basket, like very small. If you can settle up there, you'll skip up close to the basket nicely.
Yeah. The goal here is to keep it in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And Marty has struggled with the shot in the first couple rounds. Let's see if he can make the adjustment here. Turn.
I think it's
Gonna
putter.
turn. Yeah, I don't think he'd throw a turn there. Shout out to Understability. And he's left himself a maybe we'll see a rare Hendel forehand.
We'll see.
Don't think so?
It has to be pretty.
And it looks like a jump putt.
Has to be pretty
Oh,
bad.
Never mind. Yeah, I agree. This looks nice. Please stay in the middle. Well, he's still in circle 1.
Yeah, he is.
Probably a bit obstructed, but that could have been a tap in.
Mm-hmm.
So get most of the way down there as Phil does, and you should be fine. Birdie or par at worst. And let's see if Clay can find this gap, Julian. Flip. He's going to be over with Martin there.
Yeah, I think he's maybe
Maybe
a little bit further, but
Maybe a Clay forehand, too. A couple of rare forehands from backhand dominant players. And I haven't even seen a forehand from Scott yet either, so. Showing that forehands are complete garbage, and that is early. And a great kick.
yeah, great kick to the middle. And Thomas with the lone par on the last hole. right, that's the last time. Sorry.
Not very nice, Julian. I'm sure Thomas can handle it, though. And this looks like a Nova.
And that looks like a Nova throw.
Oh, my gosh.
And this is a Nova line.
Come on.
And that's a Nova settle. And that's a Nova park job.
Yeah.
Great throw by Thomas. Good
Julian,
recovery.
did you ever notice that Nova is the last 4 letters of Innova?
Yes, I did.
Same here.
I think it means something in other languages too.
New.
Nova.
New, right?
Oh yeah, good call.
Yeah.
New in Latin, maybe Greek.
New Scotia.
And Nova is like no go in French.
You're way too smart. Hendel. Dang it!
No.
Hendel not going to a forehand, so he's found a window here for his putt. What's going to happen? That's a great look.
And almost
Tap in par.
Yeah, he's playing it off the maple leaves to go in.
Yeah.
Good Canadian play.
Yeah, playing off the Red Wings. Just kidding, Phil. And Clay going to say, you know what? I'll make the adjustment from what Marty did, maybe.
I'm going to throw a 200-foot sky hyzer and just land it right by the basket, straight up.
Skyzer.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Good.
much there. And he's got about 12 feet left for his par. And let's see if Phil can find a window here, Julian. And by window, I mean a gap in the trees and brush so he can make a putt, not the traditional window you find on a house. And great putt.
Yeah, it's tough to putt through glass.
Unless
I
it's
would know
open. If it's open.
from my garage. A broken window at my house.
Oh, wow. Did you make the putt?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
And Scott is here for a par? Yes, because he hit that early tree but stayed in the middle. Hopefully he's got a Julian window. Yep.
Yes, he does.
Scott can putt, everybody.
Absolutely.
James' son. I wonder if his dad's name is James, or I guess James. James' son.
And Clay Morgan
Morgami. Nice putt.
cleans up his par. See, you weren't talking through his putt, and he got it in.
Yes, good call. And this, I'm thinking.
Oh, talk. Yep, he's in.
Additional words are spoken. Oh, and Thomas is like, how many people are on this dang card, and who's up next, and what's going on?
And we're actually going to be joining the chase card with the lead card here. We're going to have a card of 9 for no reason.
Yeah, just to make sure these videos go longer, as Marty very nicely organizes his bag again and grabs his stool.
Yeah, cleans it up from the forest.
Yes.
And so after hole 9, 2 birdies, one from Gilbert with that Nova Park job. Phill Diloné through the trees with his birdie and a few pars to clean it up. Thomas Gilbert retakes the lead. Phill Diloné's only 2 strokes back of
don't
Hendel
look now.
for 3rd place. And Scott Jameson still holding that 1-stroke lead over Clay. So that was our front 9. Remember to check us out at TrueNorthDiscGolf.com. You can see all of our videos there. We have a retail store as well. It's at 51 Woody at Drive, behind Linden Park Mall, which is a mall I assume in Brantford, Ontario, Canada, and 3R7K3-877-301-0946. Check us out. Give us a call.
Wow.
Look for discs. That's what we've got.
And we'll catch you guys for the final exciting conclusion of this back 9 here.
All right. See you on the back 9.